The battle for Hoth continues. The walker's edge ever closer. What sort of multicolored madness is this? Come on, we gotta fix this. Hello, welcome to Lobricks. This is our LEGO Star Wars Hoth MOC. This week, we are fixing the trenches once again. Ramp those trenches up, put a more greeble on the top, make it look better, and of course, we have to add some minifigures on the end. And when you're working on the trenches, you gotta add some Hoth Rebel Troopers. In fact, I want an unlimited amount of Hoth Rebel Troopers. So let's get to it already.
All right, guys, so today we are going to be working on our trenches. And by working on the trenches, we're not actually going to be extending them anyway. We're going to be building up the mound that, you know, kind of makes up the trenches. Because as you can see right now, we've just got this beautiful collage of colors right there. That, well, doesn't really fit the Hoth aesthetic, you see. A little bit of a problem. So how I'm going to want to do this is really kind of start building up a little bit of a mound and then kind of gradually increase it. So kind of like a slope, right? So it starts out small and then kind of piles up. So that's kind of what it looks like in the movie. It looks like they just kind of pushed snow up and then dug into it. So that's what we're going to be trying to do. We also are going to be adding some more of these troopers in here because, you know, we need so many of them. There's got to be just an intense amount to fight against the evil walker force that's approaching, of course. And really, let's be honest, they're not fighting. They're just trying to buy some time for the ships and such that are trying to leave from Echo Base. But anyway, let's build up our mound here. So I'm gonna get started by, you know, building the actual slope part down through here, and then we'll add in the gradual slope part. I think that's gonna be the easiest. I'm not sure, I might change that up, but anyway, let's get started with that. We gotta start kind of laying the foundation, if you will, for the mound itself. So we're gonna have to extend out what the base of this is looking like, you know. You want me to just kind of extend it slowly, move it a little. I guess, what's the directions on Hoth? Does anyone know? Is this west, east, south, north? Who knows? I don't. But yeah, I'm gonna build this all the way across the length of our trench here, and then I'll come back. Alrighty then. So, now that we've got those placed down, we can come along in through here and start adding in some of these. And really, what we're going to want, we're gonna want a gradual slope coming up into this. So we can do that is just put some plates in through here. And that will create different levels for our mound. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about how steep this incline is yet. We might change that in the future, but we'll see. For right now, I think it's going to work. Maybe a little higher though. But anyway, I'm going to kind of mock this up real quick, but so you don't get bored to death, I'm going to hyperlapse it. Watch this, it's going to go real fast now.
From seeing to believing, got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart.
Alright, so there we have it. I built up this mound. I've changed the design a little bit from how I was talking about it earlier. Like I said, I wanted it to kind of come up and over, but then I realized that these fellas right here looking over couldn't actually see the AT-ATs if that was the case. So I abandoned that idea and went for this right here, which I don't think is too horrible. I eventually will extend this out a little bit and make it more kind of like this sort of line where it's, you know, more of an angular thing than very sharp. So I'll do that. And then we just kind of have to extend this down all the way. I don't think we're gonna go all the way this video, probably gonna go halfway. So that's what we will be doing. So I'm gonna get working on that. I'm gonna assembly line it this time. So instead of just kind of building one section at a time, we can just kind of build up layer by layer. So let's give it a try. I'll come back when the first layer is laid out. All right, guys, so there it is. I laid down the first foundational level, which is this plate line right here. And then it also has the little white outline as well. Eventually, at the end of this, I will be adding a little bit to this just to make it blend a little better. But once the whole trench is built, I'll blend it in similar to this, like I said. But now we have to build up the next level, which is this guy right here, and then these plates, and then the sloped parts itself. So let's do that, and then I'll come back once it's done. All right, guys, so there we have it. Another layer built up, and I think it looks pretty good. I think that's the next step up. I actually did end up extending this a little bit. Haven't added in that little curve yet, but you know it's gonna get added eventually. Well, the next thing I gotta do here is add up this next level. So what we got built here is we've got this, if you remember from the hyperlapse, so we built this level just now. Now we gotta build up this next level. Then we gotta build up the lip, and then from there, we gotta build this. All right, just to show you guys the process here, what I do first is I build up this level, and then I fill in right here. So let's fill it in. All right, guys, so there we have it. I filled it in, I put the white panels on top, and that is that level. And last but not least of the sloping levels, we have to add in our final details here, and then we've got to slope it over, and then we got to add these little details in here. Unfortunately, we are running very low on these pieces, so we are gonna have to add those in later, but we can get the general detail filled in. So let's do that, and I'll come back when it is done and show you guys the final product. All right, so there we have it. There is the final layer, and I think everything turned out really well here. So now our trench has a nice run up. Eventually we will be blending it into there, so it will look a little cleaner with how it blends into here. For now, I think that we've got a plethora of niceness or whatever going on here. It looks good. That's what I'm trying to say. And you know, it is not exactly what I was going for, but I think it turned out well. And eventually, once that's all along through there and all the way down, it cuts into our mountainy area that's gonna cover Echo Base eventually, it's gonna look pretty good. And, you know, we've got a fighting force, but I don't think our fighting force is quite strong enough. So I'm going to add in some minifigures for our trench here. So it's gonna look pretty cool. So let's add those guys in right now. All right, first up, we've got a trooper from the 2022 Rebel Trooper Snow Attack Battle Pack sword meme. And he is going to be put right here next to this fella. Guns armed, ready to attack against the AT-ATs approaching. So yeah, there's our first fella. He's right there. You can see him. He's got his gun pretty perched up. So I think that's gonna work pretty well. All right, next up we've got this fella, and where I wanna put him is kind of standing. So we're gonna take his arms and manipulate him just a little bit here, so he looks like he's holding his weapon, and that like so. There we go, that's good enough. And then we're gonna take him, and he's going to be standing right, kind of sitting down, leaning back, right next to this fella, getting ready to attack. All right, so he's standing there, leaning back, right next to his compatriot there, and this is not the same guy. I know he has the same face as this fella over here, but anyway, I wanna add what our last figure for today right next to that guy, arming up and getting ready to battle. All right, so here he is. He's your pretty standard old style Rebel Trooper here, and we're just gonna kind of plop him down right next to our fella, guns a-blazing, ready to attack in there. But yeah, now there's more troopers in there, and there is a better defense against our walkers, of course. You know, they are pretty badly assaulting Hoth right now. There's already been a little bit of a crash over here. Check out last week's video. But anyway, that's going to do it for the minifigures. And speaking of the MOC as a whole, we've got a lot of new stuff coming up, a lot of exciting stuff. Next week, we are going to be moving back to our Wampa Cave. We're gonna be fixing some stuff up over there. And after that, we are going to be traveling back over to Echo Base, adding some stuff in over in our control area room. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for the building of this episode. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know, I'll watch more.
All right, assistant, looking good. We got half of the trenches done. I was hoping for more, but hey, you got to keep on building. So I hope you enjoyed today's videos. We're getting quite a lot of Rebel Troopers on there. Don't forget, every Wednesday we are updating the Hoth MOC. You can also check us out on Fridays. We do our fun videos, and on Mondays we do our unboxings. Check out our Instagram. You can join our Discord server. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. I am Leaky Trooper. We will see you guys in the next one. I am out of here, and bye.